There is a battle that many people will never admit. A battle that takes place late at night, when no one is watching. People who pray. People who seek purpose. People who want to be better. But still, they are fighting against something that makes them feel weak. And the strangest thing, it is that often the most conscious, spiritual, and disciplined people are the ones who face the struggle with the greatest intensity. Why does this happen? Is it a weakness? Hypocrisy? Or is there something deeper that almost no one understands? Today we are going to reveal the real reasons why many chosen ones secretly struggle against lust. The invisible struggle. There's something curious. The people who most want to improve are often the ones who struggle the most internally. But this battle is rarely spoken of, because lust comes with something very heavy: guilt, shame, silence. And that makes many people believe they are alone in this fight. But the reality is different. History, the man no one suspected. I learned about Daniel's story. Daniel was someone everyone admired. He was disciplined, hardworking. He always talked about personal growth. But there was something that nobody knew. Every night, when the world went dark, he would open his phone and feel like he was losing a battle against himself. Then came the guilt, the feeling of being a fraud. One day he confessed this to a mentor, and the mentor replied with something that left him speechless. He told her, "People without purpose don't fight against their impulses. They simply live controlled by them." That day Daniel understood something important. The struggle itself was a sign of awareness. Reason 1, the chosen are more conscious. Most people live on autopilot. They follow impulses without questioning them. But when someone begins to wake up, he begins to observe his mind, start to notice thoughts, desires, temptations, impulses. And what used to be automatic, now it becomes a conscious battle. It's not that they have more lust than others, because they can see it clearly. It's like turning on the light in a dark room. The disorder was always there. Now you can simply see it. History, the dark house. A young man went to a spiritual teacher and said to him, "Master, I feel that my mind is filled with impure thoughts. Perhaps I am not worthy of spiritual growth." The teacher answered him with a question. "If you enter a dark house and turn on a lamp, do more dirty things appear?" The young man replied, "No, I can only see them now." The teacher smiled. The light did not create the disorder, just revealed it. Reason 2, they have more internal energy. Many purposeful people have something in common. They have a lot of internal energy. They are intense. They think a lot. They feel a lot. They dream a lot. And that energy needs an outlet. When it is not channeled towards something like create, build, learn, train, lead, then look for the quickest exit, immediate pleasure. Lust is often not a weakness. It is powerful energy without direction. Reason 3, human biology is very powerful. The human brain is programmed to respond to sexual desire. When that stimulus appears, the brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical responsible for pleasure, motivation, reward. But here's the problem. Never before in history has humankind been exposed to as many sexual stimuli as today. Screens, social networks, infinite content. That means many people are fighting against something bigger than their willpower. They are fighting against a system designed to capture their attention. Story, the young man who almost quit. A young man named Andres was convinced that something was wrong with him. He was trying to improve his life. He meditated. He read books. He tried to be disciplined. But every so often he would fall back into the same temptation. And then came the thought, maybe I'm not someone special. Maybe I'll never change. Until one day he heard something that changed his perspective. Having impulses doesn't make you weak. You are strong because you refuse to live controlled by them. Reason 4, growth reveals the shadows. When someone begins to grow internally, he begins to discover parts of himself that he previously ignored. Their weaknesses, their habits, their employers. This may be uncomfortable, but it's part of the process. People who never work on themselves often don't even realize their problems. But those who want to evolve, they end up facing their shadows. Reason 5, struggle creates self-control. Discipline is not built in the absence of temptation. It is built by resisting it. Every time someone faces an impulse and decides to act differently, it is strengthening something very important: self-control. And self-control is one of the most powerful skills of people who change their lives. History, the change of perspective. A coach told an interesting story. One of his students had enormous talent, but it was always sabotaged. Every time I started to make progress, I fell back into old habits. until the coach told him something different. Don't fight against energy. Learn to transform it. He asked her to do something immediately whenever she felt that urge. Create work on your project. Over time, something curious happened. The battle did not disappear, but that energy began to transform into discipline and focus. A profound truth. Perhaps the battle that embarrasses you the most is the same thing that's building your character. Because people who never face internal struggles rarely develop true self-mastery. But those who fight, they learn something very powerful. Govern your mind. Emotional closure. If you're struggling with this in silence, remember something important. You are not alone. So many people are looking to grow, who want purpose, who want to live with integrity, have gone through this same battle. The chosen ones are not perfect people. They are not people without temptations. They are people who keep getting up, even when no one sees the battle. Final question, retention and comments. Now I want to ask you something. Do you think this struggle is primarily about 1. Psychological, 2. Biological, 3. Spiritual? Write it in the comments. I want to read your opinion.